Hello everyone, this is Snowy Coal Mine. I just realized that I actually put my channel name as Shermay's Illustration, which is with my real name. So Snowy Coal Mine is my the nickname that I use for my Twitter and previously being used for my Instagram. But yes, you can call me Shermay, you can call me May, as some people was having difficulty to pronounce my middle name. They usually call me May, just anything that you feel comfortable with. And here I'm drawing Todoroki Shouto from the My Hero Academia. And I'm drawing him on his off days, which is the third illustration from the series. Waking up late, yawning in the morning, just right after him waking up. I have a little bit struggle on his expression to make him look more sleepy. So initially I make his, as from the original sketch from paper, to look a little bit more with a closing mouth, so he looks tired or he looks a little bit pissed in that pose, in that expression. So, but it doesn't really convey that what I wanted to make him look a little bit more sleepy. So I changed his expression a little, but I had a little bit difficulties to actually make him look not very look a little bit more neutral. I mean, like, at the meantime, he still looked like he's a little bit pissed. Well, people who are sleepy should have a little bit like not so good a mood. Should be having rather look pissed probably isn't that unnatural for a person who would just wake up, who has just woke up and feel sleepy. But I still feel like I wanted to make him look a little bit more neutral on his expression. So I think I will do the adjustment at the end of the illustration making process, during the touch up. So with this illustration, I was, for the series of this 4 illustration I make with the theme of having Shotos in different occasions when he's on his off day. I tried to draw without a lot of line art, which I think I've mentioned before in the first illustration, that I feel like at this stage when I was drawing this series, I had a difficult time with producing consistent line art. So I was thinking if there is any way to go around that and just avoid drawing detailed line art. So instead of making lines, so I decided to use colors and make use of contrast of colors to bring out the shape and bring out the dimension of the illustration and use only very limited lines in the piece, where without them it just won't stand out. Then those places I'll put lines. So this illustration, well, initially I think I wasn't actually planned to put in this much of background for it. I was initially wanted to do it in a more rough way. This is already very rough. I mean, the background, they would just consist of silhouettes of furnitures, not really detailed in the furnitures itself, but I just feel like the space but around him was a little bit blank, and feel like I wanted to fill it up. And this is another problem that I have, that I usually find I wanted to draw illustration that is more focusing on the characters and not the background or the foreground, not the surrounding of where the character is, with a very simple, just maybe single color background or something like that. But I always found myself in the middle of the illustration making that I feel like it's too blank. It's just we have too much spaces around the characters that I have to fill them up with something, or they will look like very unbalanced. And I think that's a problem of me having like how I put the characters into the canvas, the composition and the angle, or just the size of the characters itself in the as compared to the size of the canvas. I think this is something that I still need to adjust. I usually feel resisted to cut off a big part of the characters and crop them up to make it bigger. I mean, bigger character as compared to the canvas. Because we put in effort into drawing all the details on the characters, every single strand of hair and things like that. It just feel I just feel like I don't want to cut them out at the end, even though I know that like cropping up the canvas will make a better ratio of the characters towards the canvas and make it feel not that blank, and I don't need to put in more details on the background. Yeah, it's just something that I need to learn and adjust still while making illustration. And here I think I like my way of coloring and shading the clothing folds here on this illustration. I usually have a hard time putting natural looking folds of clothes that came with the pose of the characters. And on this piece I think I make it look rather natural. And yeah, that's another thing that I need to learn actually. I should have made like studies on clothing, like how they fold depends on the person who wear them. And yeah, I usually have very stiff folds of clothing of my characters, which is something that I really wanted to improve. because I know like with great clothing folds, it actually made the illustration look a lot better. It's just like with great, hair, the way you illustrate the hair, facial expression, eyes, parts of the face, you actually can bring up the make the character looks a lot attractive, so as the clothes and probably the hand expression. So in this piece, I actually feel quite happy with all three of them: the clothing, the way I draw the clothes, and the way I draw the hand. I change its hand pose, the position of how he plays the fingers and things. At the stage of the rough sketch, and I'm glad I changed it. It looks more interesting this way. And also I'm very happy with his hair. They look just like that he just woke up, and they go all over the place. And yeah, just before he went to the bathroom and cleaned them up. So yeah, but I had a lot of fun drawing his clothes and his hair, and with those strands of white and red hair going across each other, which indicates that he actually haven't tidied up himself. Yeah, that's just look nice for me. And I'm adjusting some of the highlights on him, the hair strands, and before that I was adjusting the highlights on the clothes. And by adding up the highlights, the shades itself helps to indicates the dimension of the things, but highlights will actually make it more popped. Yeah, as you can see here, I try to add tears into his eyes so that he will look a little bit more in a good mood. It doesn't actually he's not actually pissed, he's just sleepy. And I'm adding in more indications of where the lights come from, the light source from his window, which add in more contrast into the whole piece and make it having a more a nicer atmosphere. That this is really in the morning, that his room is dark and the light coming in from the window was just lighting up parts of him, and at the back of him on the furnitures. Also here, adding the light actually showed a little bit of the texture on the furniture, which looks actually quite nice. And I'm adding in a little bit of the lines as the last touch up, and I think we are almost done. So yes, I hope you like this video and enjoy this illustration making, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.